What do we got in the news to get into this morning? A lot of stuff. Starting with the fact, and many of them go through their entire lives without realizing it is a fact. I'm talking about Democrats. Given the reality that they're really like simple-minded children, they think every time they win an election, oh, it's going to put an end to all evil in the world. We got rid of those horrible Republicans, and now everything is going to be just absolutely utopian. And then, with the passage of time, comes the dawn, reality. No, they just replaced, well, as the old saying goes, let's throw out the scoundrels. They throw out one scoundrel and throw in another. Now, as you know, even if you're a Democrat, incapable of absorbing most serious information, but you probably know, for the last couple of weeks, the Democrats have been on a concerted campaign to shut up any opposition to Obama's socialized, and I don't give a damn who objects to the use of that term, it is what it is, his socialized so-called single-payer health care plan. And he said, no, we don't want to hear from the people who messed things up. He didn't explain who messed things up and how, considering that we have a health care system that's the envy of the world, and people come from all over the world to take advantage of it when they can. Now he doesn't want to hear any criticism. I guarantee you this thing in New Hampshire today is going to be as rigged as his press conferences. Just, mark my words, as my grandmother used to say. But the man who now wants to hear no argument and is sending out these union goon squads to beat up people who object at these so-called town hall meetings, who object to socialized medicine. Sherry, our producer, has put together a little montage of Barack Obama in his own voice before he decided that he wanted everybody who disagrees with him to shut the hell up. This comes from one of the Democratic debates during the primary process. This is in January of 2008, January of last year, when Hillary was still in the running and everything. And this is how Barack Obama described the process he intended for a discussion of health care.
Not negotiating behind closed doors, but bringing all parties together and broadcasting those negotiations on C-SPAN so that the American people can see what the choices are. Because part of what we have to do is enlist the American people in this process.
Unless they disagree, in which case tell them to shut the hell up and send out some union goons to beat them up if they don't. And then, let's see, it took place right here in the Bay Area, again, last year, when the boy wonder was addressing the San Francisco Chronicle editorial board, which, of course, was in his pocket all the way anyway.
I would put my plan forward, and I would welcome input and say, here are my goals: reduced costs, increased quality, coverage for everybody. If you have better ideas, please present them. But these negotiations will be on C-SPAN. And so the public will be part of the conversation and will see the choices that are being made. So if a member of Congress is carrying water for the drug companies and says, well, we can't negotiate for the cheapest available price on drugs because we need the money for R&D research, well, we'll have a discussion right there in front of the American people about the fact that the drug companies do need profits, but they're also spending a whole bunch of it on marketing television ads where nobody even knows what the drug is for. That builds in accountability into the system because now that congressman is put on the spot. And I would not underestimate the degree to which shame is a healthy emotion, and that you can shame Congress into doing the right thing if people know what's going on.
Well, if people decide that the right thing is not to do this Obama socialized medicine deal, is it okay still to persuade congressmen? Like, get in their face, especially when they won't even answer their damn telephones at their offices in Washington? Let me see. Let's go back a bit more. I mean, you're catching a pattern here, aren't you? The guy's a bald-faced liar, talking about, oh, he wanted an open process and put the whole thing on C-SPAN so people could see what their choices are. What a bunch of unadulterated bull bleep. Anyway, from November of 2007, he was talking about what the Clintons tried to do when Bill and the Hildebeest first came to Washington, and Hillary started pitching her health care plan, which, of course, stalled, spun, crashed, and burned.
You know, I respect what the Clintons tried to do in 1993 in moving health reform forward. But they made one really big mistake, and that is they took all their people and all their experts into a room, and then they closed the door. And they tried to design the plan in isolation from the American people. And we will work on this process publicly. It'll be on C-SPAN. It will be streaming over the net.
You're a liar. Come on. For God's sake. You can't even get those Democrat bastards in Congress to read the damn bill. Let me see, from March of last year, a town hall meeting in Ohio. And again, it's Barack Obama lying through his teeth about how the process is going to be open and everybody will know what's going on.
But here's the thing. We're going to do all these negotiations on C-SPAN. So the American people will be able to watch these negotiations. So if they start seeing a member of Congress who is carrying the water for the drug companies instead of for their constituents and says, oh, you know, we can't negotiate for the cheapest available price on drugs because the drug companies need these profits to reinvest in research and development. I'll say, okay, well, let me bring my healthcare expert in here. And on TV, we'll ask my healthcare expert.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What do you do when his experts are working from a playbook that could have been compiled by Karl Marx? The community organizer doesn't want other people in the community to organize to say, you're full of crap with your socialized medicine. No, we can't have that. One more. Oh, God. This pretty well summarizes it. This is Barack Hussein Obama Sotero, April last year in Philadelphia. The man who is now saying it would be a good idea if everybody who disagrees with him to shut up. Then he was saying,
when I'm president of the United States of America, your voices will be heard.
Yeah, as long as you agree with him. Other than that, you're screwed. Too bad. I can't believe that they're even still Democrats, so bleeping brainwashed and stupid they don't recognize that they have elected an incompetent, two-faced, phony liar to the White House. It's unbelievable.